Hey guys, it's Matt. Welcome back to my channel. So good to have you here. If you're new here, welcome. I'm glad you clicked on this video. Hopefully it's for a reason. These things tend to happen for a reason, so hopefully there's something in here that can help. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you so much, and I really appreciate you, and hope there's something in here for you as well. And yeah, we're just going to be getting messages from Spirit through the different piles here. You can choose one. You may feel called to multiple piles, all of them. It's really about your own intuition and only taking the messages that resonate for you, because it is a general reading. And any of the messages that don't apply or don't resonate, feel free to just discard. We are all here for the intention and purpose of love and upliftment and support, and sometimes that does involve looking at shadow. Spirit channels very honestly through me, and you know, we do address things that are challenging so that we can love them and dissolve some of the blockages to our light, love, and abundance. And you know, I kind of want to put trigger warnings on all the videos because certain messages won't you know, be received well 100% of the time. So I'm just throwing that out there. But everything is with love and a connection with the all. So we have pile 1 here. I did shuffle for the cards. We have pile 1 with this little mushroom stone here. Pile 2, we have this smoky quartz. And then pile 3 here, we have the lapis lazuli. I think that's how you pronounce it. And yeah, we're just gonna get Spirit's messages for you, and we'll get started with pile 1. Hey there, pile 1. So you guys chose this little mushroom crystal thingy. I forget exactly what, I don't know if this is citrine or, no, not citrine. I don't know, but maybe one of you knows. Yeah, so we're just gonna open up the floor for Spirit to come through and give you guys messages that are needed, helpful, hopefully. Okay, so let's just synchronize our energies. Pile 1, angels. Wow, I'm getting this energy that reminds me of like a fairy tale, or like the film A Never-Ending Story, or Shrek or something, where there's like a swamp and it's like you're on this journey, and I'm just getting this swamp energy where it might feel like things are sticky or icky or treacherous or a little intimidating or scary or something like that. And you know, that swamp energy is just sort of like, ugh, going through the muck, right? But the emphasis is this sort of fairy tale like energy. So that gives me the energy, pile 1, that it something that will help you where you are in your journey right now, if you're going to resonate with this pile, is that your life is like a movie or like a fairy tale or like an adventure, and that you have to have the ups and downs. You have to have this sort of arc where there is perceived peril, and that peril can look differently for, you know, everybody. And there are different degrees of that, what that is, different versions of that. But you may have experienced things that have felt really uncomfortable or testing. I think that's what it is. It's sort of like the hero's journey, pile 1. That's the vibe I'm getting, is the hero's journey and sort of the tests that come along the way that aren't there to punish you, but are there for your soul, which is a representation of God, to truly step up to the plate and prove to the human mind and the ego mind, as a reminder that the God force that flows within you is infinite and strong and coherent and can transcend all obstacles and difficulty. And I know that that seems difficult for the human ego mind to grapple with. And to some people, that might just seem like a fairy tale in and of itself. But there's deep, deep, profound truth to that. And some of you already do know that through the tests that you've gone through. Some of you, this might be happening currently, or you may have already experienced that and have kind of come out of that on the other side, and you can sort of see in hindsight how that those trials were sort of necessary and also contributed to this like movie, this like character arc, if you will, adding some dimension to your life. And some of you might not appreciate all of that dimension because of how things have gone. But there are multiple perspectives. There are infinite perspectives on this earth plane. And as humans, we do have the choice, even though it doesn't feel like we do because of how dense the programming conditioning can be and just what we've gotten comfortable in mentally and emotionally. And sometimes we're comfortable in the energy of things not being okay, and we have to continuously validate our own pain and struggle, and that just ends up sort of perpetuating it. This might resonate for somebody. And it might trigger others, and that's okay. But the whole idea is that for all of, what you've experienced in your life, nothing has gone wrong. Even when things have seemed to go wrong, it's all contributing to something greater that is beyond what the human mind can see. And there's the victim, the voice of the inner victim that will fight with that and argue with that. And we all have that. All of us as human beings have that inner voice that comes up and fights with, this whole idea that things can be okay, or that things, there's a bigger picture that's positive. But we just continuously get this reminder from Spirit, from God. I do myself. I continuously get that reminder from Spirit that there's something so much bigger happening than the inner conflict and turmoil that I feel in any given moment because of A, B, or C. And those obstacles do feel very real. But again, there's always some type of gift in them that we might not be privy to at the moment. So let's see. I shuffled for the cards. Let's see what you got. Yeah, 9 of Wands. It's all about being tired. I don't know what these cards were, so this is very fitting. 9 of Wands is all about being tired at having gone through the journey. So many of you have already gone on that journey. And this is just the universe saying, keep going, keep pressing forward. I know you're tired. You are being honored and acknowledged for everything that you've gone through up until this point. You are being congratulated for your strength, and you are being supported and loved and cared for in the struggle, in feeling human and giving yourself that grace to feel human, having been impacted by your journey in a certain way. And it's literally that simple reminder of just keep going, just keep going. You've made it this far, and you've been through much worse previously, or what you've perceived to be much worse or more challenging. You're almost out of the woods. And messages, Spirit brings these messages through, I'm just the translator of the energy, and people sometimes are frustrated, right? When Spirit says, keep going, it's going to get better, when things have been tough. And, I totally understand. And that's just the human experience, and we can't change that. And these pick-a cards and these channeled messages, they only help if we are, on board and in that place to receive that. And if, someone's not, it's okay. It's okay. This is nothing bad, like I said, is going on here. So this is just that confirmation of what I was already getting. So let's get into the tarot cards. I really, really feel this loving, angelic sort of presence, guides, ancestors, that type of thing. This collective of spirit that is here in support of you. Gosh, all these little things. My OCD kicks in. Yeah, I just feel this loving presence that's like grounding and nourishing and supportive and like holding you. And there's this message that comes through, which sounds like a cop-out or like bypassing sometimes. But there is a purpose for all of this, and the soul, before it incarnates, chooses its experiences because of growth that wants to occur within the consciousness. And again, consciousness is infinite and comes through in infinite different ways and forms, and there's always a positive aspect, even, you know, I don't want to be redundant, but there's always a positive aspect even when things appear to be negative or challenging. Yeah, some of you guys are struggling to see where you're going. It's kind of like walking in the dark and just being able to see where your foot is landing in front of you. And that can be scary and frustrating and tiring. And it can feel helpless and like you're out of control in some capacity here. For some of you, I'm really getting, with this ocean energy and the moon showing up here, I'm really getting this sense that your emotions are there wanting to be acknowledged, but it might be something that's outside of something, like maybe some of you don't feel like you have full access to your emotional body or the depths of emotion that are showing up, that are sort of there, because this is very much there and very much present and vast and deep, but it's just this person's turning away. They can't see ahead. You know, what's in front of them is unknown, but behind them, where they've already been, is emotional in nature. So it's Spirit asking, or inviting you rather, to open up a space for a deeper sense of emotional presence for yourself. Because we do have this sense of feeling like nobody is there for you, feeling like you're not even there for you, feeling like you have not been able to have your needs met along your journey, and left out in the cold and abandoned or lost, or just not understanding, not knowing how to make things right, not knowing where to go, who to connect with, how to be seen properly. And it's a struggle, you know. We do have the Seven of Wands showing up at the bottom of the deck, which talks about defenses coming up. And you know, some of you, because of your experiences up until this point, might have a lot of walls up or defenses up, and almost be afraid of, not afraid, but just resistant to connection or to emotions, because it's kind of like this energy of why even try, because it's never been met. Those needs have never been met. So why even try, right? So this is just Spirit acknowledging what you've been experiencing if you're resonating with this pile. And it's just meant to show you that there is a higher force of love that sees you and can appreciate what you've been experiencing, and that it doesn't go unnoticed, you know? It doesn't go unnoticed. And the way that your body and the way you were programmed to respond to these events and these situations, how it's normal and how it's okay. Otherwise it wouldn't be showing up, okay? So Spirit's really showing up in a loving way to just paint a picture of what some of you have been feeling and experiencing in life. You know, it might be just a cycle of your life or a chapter of your life. For others of you, it might be a larger experience here. We have the Hierophant here. So this is talking about systems and structures and hierarchies and authority, spiritual authority. So for some of you, this can have to do with not feeling accepted within the system, feeling like an outsider, okay? Some of you might have felt like an outsider your whole life, not felt like you fit into the matrix. For some of you, you might have felt cast out of like religious, you know, institutions, or felt judged in some type of way by people who claim to have authority over you, or claim to have authority over God, or some type of spiritual you know, essence that they were, you know, a gatekeeping for some of you. So this is interesting. But Spirit's really acknowledging the impact that this may have had on you in different ways. This could be at the system as far as job and career, academia and school. It can have to do with any institution that you have felt sort of not like you fit into in some way. Yeah, and Four of Cups is talking about just being very dissatisfied with how things have been, what has been in front of you, not really seeing the good, but also this is like the universe nudging you in a new direction, or nudging you with something, the potential of something else that you could focus on. But again, I'm really getting the energy that the programming conditioning that some of us have, you know, been ingrained in or embedded in, it makes it very difficult to pivot and to turn outside and see something new that's being presented to us. And that can lead to jadedness or cynicism. And again, it's okay. It's a very real, human, valid experience to have. But this is saying that there is opportunity out there for connection, for a sense of love, or emotional resonance is coming through, because they're really highlighting your emotions needing to be honored and acknowledged. And I really feel actually coming through right now that a lot of you have been focused on certain things that have been not your emotional well-being or emotional like acknowledging those. And sometimes that looks like pain, disappointment, apathy, and just looking at that and feeling into that and seeing it and saying, you know what, I see you. I see that you've really been dealing with some stuff. And I mean, some of you are acknowledging that, because I don't know if you would resonate with this pile if you weren't already kind of just aware of this, you know. But we are getting the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. So this is all about moving forward in your life despite the odds, and with a sense of balance and acknowledging both your masculine and feminine aspects. And yeah, just inviting a sense of balance into your life. But I know when you're not seeing things and you feel without in some type of way, it is hard to know, how do I move forward, or where do I look for the ray of light, or for a truth that maybe I wasn't seeing before. 10 of Swords. Yeah, so this is all, the intention is always to be for Spirit to bring through uplifting messages. And so when they're acknowledging shadow, it's meant, there are people within the collective watching this that are actually going to really appreciate being honored and seen for the struggle. You know, it's important to meet people where they are, and Spirit always unconditionally meets people where they are. That's God. God does not look at any experience and view it as negative, which again, the human mind wrestles with that. But the 10 of Swords is actually really positive, guys. Interesting how we have the moon showing up again, that moon energy. Deep, deep emotional, unconscious emotional activity that, or you know, an emotionality that wants to be accessed here. And the 10 of Swords is positive because it talks about the ending of a painful way of thinking and seeing things. And how the darkness is being removed and the light is slowly moving in. It's like a glimmer of hope, the ray of sunshine coming in after things have felt very dark for a while is coming through. And again, I'm getting a sense for some of you that there's this energy of like, I don't know, like complaining, and again, none of this is said with judgment. And we do, when we hear messages like this, and we're the subject, we do tend to judge ourselves or judge the message because we don't want to identify with that. But it's all okay, you know? I'm just getting a sense that there's just this, like, not like there's a sense of attacking the self or attacking the darkness, or feeling attacked in some type of way, or like a war, a spiritual war within, or feeling at odds or at war with society or with people or groups of people or systems again. We have these two towers here, which reminds me of like Lord of the Rings and like a battlefield and like the two sides or something. So, and I'm just getting, for some of you, that you all are very sensitive in truth, in your essence, at your core. And I think you've had to build up a hard shell to push the emotional stuff down so that you could survive whatever you've kind of gone through in a way. And that's sort of a major emotions atrophy and shut down a little bit. And it's caused the mind to be in charge. And then the mind concocts and perpetuates more sort of challenges and makes it a little more difficult. So this is what's coming to an end, Spirit is saying. This is what's coming to an end for you, or you're in that process of that coming to an end, okay? So angels, for pile 1, what's coming through for them? 2 of Cups, that's so interesting, and I just got the chills in my heart center, okay? So that, again, there's that emotional connection that's wanting to come through here, and that is out there and available. But let's get more. Pile 1, angels. Ace of Pentacles. Some of you guys might not even believe that there is an emotional connection out there that can actually anchor and ground into your physical reality because of how things have gone in the past. And Spirit's really coming through and saying, if only you knew, because again, the mind, when it's gone through a lot, when it's gone through a tough journey and been tested, it just gets used to that and it doesn't really believe in anything else, okay? And for some of you, your life might not have been that difficult, but these types of energies could have similarly impacted you through relationships, through just living on the 3D earth plane. You know, it's not an easy place for spiritual people, for light workers, for shadow workers. It is a tough learning zone for the soul. But that's why we come here. That's why we come here, because it creates shifts and expands, the God essence in ways that we can't comprehend. But anyway, speaking of things we can't comprehend, it's like this connection that the universe is offering. Look at the hand of God in both of these cards coming in with an offering of love and an offering of something grounding in the tangible reality where you can touch it, see it, and fully experience it. It's not just a thought, it's not an illusion, it's real. And this feels connected to a connection, somebody who sees you, who understands you, who appreciates you, and who emotionally resonates with you. Again, so much about emotional resonance coming through. And I think it's when you can acknowledge yourself emotionally a little bit that this can actually anchor more. We do have the Emperor showing up at the bottom of the deck. So this is talking about a masculine energy for some of you that's coming in. Someone who has a strong container or who provides a strong container for feminine energy. Someone who is decisive and stable and solid and who knows what they want. Ace of Wands just fell out. So new energy is coming into your reality, guys, as the old mental patterns are closing out and clearing. Some of you guys are in an intensive clearing process at the moment. It's being assured, Spirit is assuring you that new, exciting, positive, loving energy is grounding into the physical reality. And it feels like for some of you watching, it's actually already on its way energetically with the Three of Wands showing up. This card talks about energies that are already sort of in transit, and all you really can do is just wait. And this often denotes that you can already sense maybe new energies coming your way, or you can already sense a shift in energy or tone of your life coming forward. And that's why you're here watching this reading. I shuffled and the Emperor came out again with another strong masculine energy and the King of Wands showing up at the bottom of the deck. So some of you guys are really, really connecting with a strong masculine energy here, or that's moving into your orbit, into your field energetically. Again, some of you might not even believe this, but it feels so real and true. 2222 on the timer as I say this. It feels so real and so true. Very grounded, not an illusion, not a fantasy. So wow, that's wonderful. What else? Page of Pentacles, it might start small. It might start because of everything you've been through. You might be attracting someone who understands that kind of experience, who in their own way understands what it means to be disappointed by life in certain ways or by the system and not feel like they fit in. But they've gone through their own journey where they've come into their power and have overcome those trials in their own life. So when I say it starts small, it's because both of you have gone through something similar, and you're both learning how to cultivate that trust in something new, in a connection. And look, King of Cups at the bottom after shuffling. We have the King of Wands, the Emperor, the King of Cups. Someone who's emotionally available and who really deeply, deeply cares for you and sees you and has feelings for you and wants to hold space for you and nurture you emotionally. That's so beautiful. But again, it's okay for things to start small or a step at a time. The World, yeah, because you guys, both of you, are completing phases of your life and closing things out so that you can move to the next level of experience. This is the ultimate level up energy. And, you know, putting yourself out there in a new way, feeling into who you can be and not who you were, right? Saying goodbye to who you were and the way that things occurred for you previously. Okay, what else for pile one, angels? Six of Wands, overcoming obstacles and difficulty. This is really illustrating the hero's journey for you, pile one. And it sounds so cliche, but it's so important to truly believe that things get better, that things do come full circle and improve and usher you into a new cycle of life and abundance and inspiration and passion and connection with life and another person and yourself, and being recognized and appreciated for who you are, everything that you've gone through. This is also creative energy showing up. So some of you might be creatives, and some of you can use everything that you've experienced to launch you into something new, or to create a project or creation, artistic creation, business, something, putting yourself out there in some way to share your story, or to, you know, just connect with the world on a bigger scale. Look, at the bottom we have the Ten of Cups. This is like happily ever after energy. And I know that for some of you, it might seem too good to be true to just hear this in a reading and be like, oh, another reading telling me things are going to be amazing. Things are going to work out. But this feels so true, guys. And my readings are very practical and grounded and honest, and Spirit does not sugarcoat, but at the same time, it's always the responsibility of the viewer to discern and to choose what they're taking on board and what's right for them, okay? You are at the driver's seat of your own life. You are attracting in messages. You know, some people attract in these overly positive messages when they're already jaded, so that they can learn how to let go of these readings. And but others of you, it's like this really uplifting, supportive, confirmational, life-affirming thing to know that this is actually what you're meant for. This is what you can count on, and trust yourself that you are bringing yourself into this new life and new era, and ultimately long-term happiness coming through. Yeah, moving away from the past with the Six of Swords, moving away from any perceived conflict, difficulty, you know, discord, chaos, and just moving into peace and feeling the effects of that, and another person perhaps being with you on that healing journey as well. So we'll get a couple more messages. The Devil. Okay, so this is about seeing ways in which we've been bound by the past, by Knight of Wands, by connections or you know, aspects of ourself that weren't really serious about improving our life, or making that emotional connection in a deeper, more profound, fulfilling sense. Not knowing how, so just sort of settling and succumbing to the heaviness and to the connections who could meet us in that heaviness and sort of, you know, create codependent relationships or unreliable relationships with people who couldn't see us or couldn't be consistent or couldn't fully be in there. But that's all changing, guys. This is all changing. We have king energy showing up strongly. So this is about people who can show up for you, people who can give to you what you give to them, where it's very balanced and equal give and take here with the Six of Pentacles, where you're finally seeing the rewards starting to come in after a long and difficult journey. We have the Queen of Cups showing up to match with that King of Cups. So this is a counterpart energy showing up once again in your reading. And this is about, again, leaning into your emotions, flowing, feeling connected to yourself and to the present moment, and to understanding that your emotions are the key to everything good in your life, even if they are challenging emotions or create pain in the body. It's all about allowing it to clear. But it first involves intentionally and consciously activating that process by saying, I remove the block, I remove the lid that has been on my cup of emotion so that it can overflow, even if that feels like chaos within the body or feels overwhelming. It doesn't have to last long, and the way that spirit often has it come through is in layers, even if they're intense, visceral experiences of that emotional stuff, residue clearing. You know, it's always in a way that we can somehow manage, because the universe and God and our guides and our higher self don't give us anything that we can't overcome. So a couple more. Queen of Wands to match the King of Wands, another counterpart energy showing up. This process is going to be allowing your light and your shimmer to shine brighter than ever before. This is what the process that you're in. And if you don't feel like you're there now, I do feel like many of you do sense this coming somehow, even if you don't know how, because I feel like you don't know how for many of you. But this is being assured that you are moving back into the state of resonance, coherence, creativity, passion, sensuality, feeling attractive in some way, in whatever way feels right for you. Knight of Wands. Now, when this is coming through here, in this case, with the Ace of Swords showing up at the bottom of the deck, I feel this sense of adventure, like I was talking about at the very beginning, to bring this full circle, is seeing life as an adventure through the struggle, through the demons that you've faced. You've battled demons, you've faced the darkness, and so now you can truly recognize what is light, what is positive, what is success, what is, triumph over obstacle, that kind of thing, and seeing it as a movie, as an adventure, and leaning into the enjoyment of it, and how it's not always so serious is coming through with this. Even there are people who've gone through the worst things that a human being can imagine, and somehow some of them maintain a sense of humor within themselves, because it's allowed them to see that life isn't just horrible. Life isn't just one thing. There's multiple dimensions, and you can hold both at the same time. You can hold the pain and the heaviness, and you can also hold the light and the levity, and see the cosmic joke in everything, which is crazy, but it's true. At the bottom, yeah, Ace of Swords. So this clarity is being given to you by the universe, and things are improving, and that sword is cutting through the darkness and letting in the light now. So that is the message I have for you guys, Pile 1. I am doing personal readings. There's information, there's an email in the description box below, and hopefully something in this message resonated with you and felt validating, supportive, and I just appreciate you guys so much. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. So you guys chose this smoky quartz crystal here. And we're going to be opening up the floor for spirit to bring through whatever messages feel like needed and supportive right now at this time for whoever's watching. Of course, it's a general reading, so please only take what feels right to you and sort of confirms your own intuition. These readings are always good to open up new perspectives that maybe we didn't consider before. But all in all, you should already sort of have a sense of some of these things. And this is really just meant to show you that Spirit and God and the divine is here for you. They see you. They love you, support you unconditionally. You have spiritual teams, spiritual armadas of light in your corner. So let's tap in. I shuffled for the pile, so I don't know what cards we're going to get, but let's tap in. I am really getting a beautiful heart energy, a tingling in my heart. I was also getting Taurus energy. Some of you may be Tauruses, or you might be finding this reading in Taurus season. It's a timeless reading. And Taurus energy is all about enjoying the pleasures of life, taking things at your own pace, steady, reliable, but at the same time, doing things in your own time. So a Taurus, you could, like I said, could be a Taurus, or you could be connecting with a Taurus in some type of way. What else wants to come through for pile 2, angels? Pile 2. I was seeing a cross, so that can be like the cross, like the crucifix. That can be some other type of symbol, like the Red Cross, or a plus sign, a positive sign, I'm just seeing a cross here. So that could have spiritual connotations. I'm also seeing like ace energy, like Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, that kind of thing. So like new, fresh, exciting, magical energy coming forward for you. I know that's pretty general, but let's see what else wants to come through. I'm seeing that some of you guys are building something or working on what you are building, and some of you might have the sense that what you're building or working on isn't complete yet, or is in the process of being built, and some of you may be feeling the absence of the rest of what you are building, or feeling restless for creating more, or some of you may also really be appreciating what you've already built up until this point, if it's a business or, just yourself, even like that inner work, the you that may have been under construction for some time. I don't know. Let's just look at this message and see what's coming through. Queen of Pentacles. There's that building energy, that earthy Taurus energy. That's so funny. Wow. Queen of Pentacles. I swear I haven't looked at these. So yeah, earth energy being highlighted for you. Working on your abundance. Knowing, claiming your abundance. Appreciating and enjoying your abundance. And this is really giving me that energy of taking a step back and admiring what you've already done in your life, how far you've come, what you've created for yourself. And this doesn't just have to be financial or like business related. This can just be who you are, the version of yourself that you've become. Some of you have built a reality around you that you are really appreciative of, and yes, maybe there's room for improvement, or you're looking for the next level or for more, but I think this is really the universe coming through and saying, give yourself a pat on the back, and appreciate the pleasures of your, and the rewards of the work that you've already done up until this point. So this is like just a checkpoint for gratitude and that self-love and appreciating yourself, and remaining present with where you are and seeing the gift in where you are is really coming through. So that initial message, channel message, does make sense. So, angels, God, source of the highest white light, love, and truth. What message does pile 2 need to hear right now for their highest upliftment, support, healing, clarity? Lovers. I was just getting this sense of like weightlessness and like a lift in the energy, like, you know, when you're on like a roller coaster or like a the dropping ride, the giant drop or whatever, and then you like drop and you feel your body like lift and feel that weightlessness, and it's sort of this like ecstatic feeling. I kind of feel that energy coming through for you. So I know we're getting grounded energy here, but with this Lovers card and these angel wings, and I think, is this Gemini energy or is this, I want to say this is Gemini energy. Well, anyway, I just get this like light as a feather type of energy coming through. So you might be entering a phase of your life where you're able to feel that weightlessness, where life is light and sunny and exciting and ecstatic. And for some of you watching, this does have to do with like meeting a divine counterpart or a soulmate of some sort, and feeling like the hand of the divine very much present in your reality, seeing signs and synchronicities, feeling feelings and emotions that you've never felt and experienced in your life, perhaps for another person, perhaps just for your own connection with your life in and of itself. But I'm really just picking up this strong, whew, guys, I feel the energy in my body. Like there's this like sexual, physical energy between you and a person. And even if you don't know them physically yet, it's like spiritually, I just feel this like, ooh, I have chills, guys. This like Kundalini activation, like moving up my entire chakra system right now. And it's like giving me the shivers, guys. And my heart is like opening and like I feel elated. It's pretty crazy what I'm feeling right now. Ooh, gotta like literally shake it. Ooh, shake it off. But it's so good. It's so good. And like my crown is opening. It's like whatever connection you guys are interfacing with, whether it's in the 5D, whether it's imminent, about to anchor in your reality. And you know what? With this Queen of Pentacles, this is telling me that something is anchoring your reality physically, a divine counterpart, soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want to call it, right? The label doesn't matter. It's about the energy and the frequency, this intense, like quantum, spiritually activating divine connection coming through here. Whoa, guys, this is really potent and powerful and amazing. So I don't know. You'll have to let me know in the comments if this resonates for anybody so far. Death. Oh, wow. This is another major arcana, so big, big energy. And I have the shivers again, guys. This is like things completely looking different than they have up until this point. Your life, if you're resonating with this reading, your life is in the process of or about to reach this like pivotal turning point where, again, nothing feels the same as it once did. You're finally experiencing the transformation. It's like you've been already doing that inner work, that deep diving, that transmutation of density and, you know, allowing the light into your field and into your person, into your physical body. And it's like now you're getting to enjoy the rewards of and see the realization of this transformation and what that actually looks like and means for you going forward is what's coming through. And for many of you, it does have to do with some profound connection that is making itself known to you imminently if it hasn't already. We have the Four of Pentacles. So for some of you, take it as it resonates, but for some of you, there may be a sense of holding back at this time when it comes to this connection, or feeling the presence of this shift and this energy, but still sort of sitting with it and sitting on it and guarding your energy and just being with yourself at this point and really working on grounding yourself. Grounding is coming through big time, especially with intense activations that like divine counterpart energy can trigger and catalyze, it is important to ground yourself in the present moment and breathe, go out into nature, connect with your body in that type of way. This feels very important and relevant for some of you. In fact, this reading feels like it's going to be very, very confirmational for some of you in what you're experiencing, and offering you that validation and encouragement to ground during this intense process of continued transformation and moving into like a union for some of you. It is intense, guys. I'm not going to lie to you and say it's not intense. Yeah, it's important for you to rest. And so often with these divine unions, the mind can spiral and spin, and intense telepathic connections can sort of unground you from yourself, from your own person, and because there's an intense shared resonance there. And so it is important for you guys to give yourselves a break here, to rest and really allow yourself that time to not always be connecting. And I know that that's difficult with these intense counterpart energies where it feels so inextricably linked. Even if you don't understand it, or the mechanics of it, or where it's coming from, or why it's happening the way it's happening, it's like thinking about it or focusing on it all the time it's okay and it's understandable and very human, but it's also so important to give yourself that break and recovery time to just be in meditation, in stillness and silence with yourself, because it is ultimately in this stillness and peace that you allow the transition to continue moving forward. You allow yourself to continue transforming into this new version of yourself, and you allow this union to come together magnetically, naturally, on God's time. You know what I mean? This is God and the angels really, really being the orchestrators of this, the conductors of this symphony that is brewing, that is like warming up here for you guys. So that's really, really incredible. We do have the Page of Cups showing up at the bottom of the deck. So this is like, gestures of affection and appreciation and fondness coming forward. So you might be experiencing some of that within a connection, or just feeling your heart begin to open up in a very like innocent, pure, loving, playful way. You might feel like a kid again, feel giddy inside in relationship to like whatever process is unfolding for you that is very deeply felt, it feels like. So let's get more. This is really interesting and cool energy. The World. Oh my gosh. This is like the ultimate level up for you guys. You guys are closing out one cycle of your life, and you're about to step into an amazing new cycle with so much potential for greatness, for success, for abundance, for the deepest love that you have ever known. Pile 2 is really coming through. And I know this sounds so intense, but I feel like if this is your message, you will know. If it's not your message and it feels out of reach, or it feels unbelievable or too good to be true, this probably isn't your message. But this is meant to resonate with you on a deep core level, guys. So Pile 2, if you're going to stick around from this point on, it's because you're deeply resonating with where you, this is where you are, okay? Of course, everybody's welcome to watch here, because this is very much a real thing that happens, and it's grounded and illogical, but which is why it's good to rest the mind, because it's not a logical process. It's deeply spiritual, and but it happens, guys. It happens, and I just saw 444 on the timer. So you may be in the process of like the divine laying the foundation for whatever this is, whatever journey you're about to go on, because you are about to start a new journey. The World is the final card in the tarot deck, and then it resets the journey, and it starts a new cycle is about to begin, which is why rest at this time in your own way, in the ways that you are able to, is so crucial, Pile 2, because you want to have, be kind to yourself before you're about to start on a really significant new journey in your life. So this is big energy. We do have the Seven of Swords showing up. So again, there might not be full expression happening at this time of watching this for some of you, okay? Take it as it resonates once again. But for some of you, there might be still this sort of trepidation or like tiptoeing around what's going on. But it's very much here and it's very much in process. Okay, angels for pile 2. 10 of Swords. Wow. So this is more endings of cycles, endings of, oh, wow. Another 10 here with the 10 of Wands. Endings of carrying too much energetically, carrying other people's energy on your shoulders, putting unnecessary pressure on yourself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, practically. Yeah, this is like whatever struggles you've gone through up until this point, it feels like they're reaching an unequivocal end, guys. Like, you may have dealt with relationships leading up until this point where it felt like other people were weighing on you, like their energy was weighing on you, or they were dumping their burdens on you, and somehow some of you may have been internalizing that somehow, and you may have actually gotten caught up in patterns with other people where, you know, your needs weren't being met, or you were, you know, perpetuating codependent or negative loops or patterns, or, you know, self-critical patterns, mental patterns where the way that you talk to yourself was not very kind and gentle. It feels like all of this is sort of being highlighted before it leaves your life. So you might actually feel, pile 2, that you are being shown all of the weight that you're carrying right now in your own life. And this can be business, this can be you know, anything, relationships, just whatever, anything that is weighing you down, that feels heavy, where you're seeing that you need to rest in order to step into a new reality that is based on like the purest divine love that exists. So this is actually really positive, even though if it's surfacing now and feeling heavy, it's just clearing. That's the clearing process. Things resurface in that way. Knight of Wands. Okay, so there's this adventurous type of energy showing up with the World and the Knight of Wands. There's this travel type of energy. So I don't know if travel is involved. I don't know if another location is involved with this situation or in your life, or if you're looking to travel or relocate or something like that is coming through. But I'm just sensing this fiery sense of passion and adventure that's being like sparked here within this connection as you're clearing out some old energies. At the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing the King of Cups, which talks about someone who's emotionally available, emotionally mature, who loves you, who has deep meaningful feelings for you and wants to share those with you and express them, and who wants to just exchange love. There are two, I think this is a cup. What is this? Is this like a wand or a candle holder or something? It almost looks like a chalice that's like skinnier, but there's 2 cups here, so it's giving me that 2 of Cups energy. Someone might actually know what this is. I don't, but it just feels like someone who's able to hold a relationship or wanting that and ready for that and has the capacity for that in some type of way. Someone who has also gone through a lot and knows what it's like to have to leave things behind is coming through. And who's had to develop a strong emotional center throughout their life because their life has shown them that in order to kind of continue on, self-compassion and compassion for others is like a necessity. So that's intense, but let's get more for pile 2, angels, God. The Wheel of Fortune, oh my goodness, and the Emperor card showing up. So yeah, we have a masculine energy showing up. So whether, you know, if you're calling in a masculine, if you're, you know, a divine feminine. This divine masculine energy is gearing up for whatever process this is. And if you are divine masculine watching, it's like you're coming into that. You're solidifying your own sense of self and what you want in your life. Your own authority over your own life is coming through if you identify more divine masculine. But we have really prosperous changes coming in here. Death and the Wheel of Fortune talk about big changes. The world too. And like with the Knight of Wands, it's like movement happening. So even though you are being guided to be present and rest, it feels like those are two keys. Presence and rest and stillness will actually allow this process and the changes to happen much easier and swifter, or more effortlessly than if you were, you know, allowing old mental patterns from the past of like distrust and like shame and like beating yourself up or telling yourself that you're crazy or deluding yourself or whatever the case may be, for whatever you've been feeling, sensing, knowing, and experiencing. It's like you don't have to be hard on yourself. Be easy on yourself, and positive changes are going to be happening that bring in abundance in all ways. And abundance is love, it's money, it's just feeling content. King of Cups again as I shuffled. Wow. So this is really a strong presence. Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Pile 2. There's something really magical happening here with some connection. This connection, it's like this person really cares about you and has feelings for you and is emotionally moving, wants to move towards you, or to, you know, people who have feelings for one another moving towards one another. So this is magnetically happening in the energies right now, guys. Really beautiful, really, really beautiful. With the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups, it's that real desire. It's that real desire. So right now, even if there might not be full expression or full actualization, realization of this all, again, there's still things aligning and shifting and ending. But the desire is there because that Knight gives me that desire. But we do have the King of Cups here, which is telling me that true, real, genuine, deep care and love and appreciation does exist. So know that. If this is resonating, know that. Four of Pentacles, yeah, they're just telling me again, there's like, you know, you or someone else may be holding back or sitting on this at the moment. They may be still needing to self-protect as they're going through transformation and ending certain things and healing. And yeah, we have the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which is all about someone who's walking away from the past, walking away from baggage, so that they can move in a new direction towards fulfillment. And this also can talk about travel or a new journey about to begin, someone going off on a new journey. So definitely big energies. The Moon. Yeah, for some of you, you might feel like there are unknown elements within this connection, but there's still this very intuitive, psychic, unspoken, yet deeply, deeply felt energy here between two people who are communicating telepathically. This is really giving me that energy of communicating telepathically. And after shuffling, Eight of Cups is at the bottom of the deck again, which is confirming for me that one of you is, or both of you are working on walking away from the past and leaving emotional baggage behind you. There's that Moon energy showing up here. So we definitely have psychic connection, intuitive connection, unspoken communication happening. Okay, that's really powerful. Ten of Pentacles, gosh. Oh my gosh. This is like setting you guys up for like long-term stability and abundance, prosperity with a family, if that's what you're wanting, or just happy with somebody who you love and who you trust. This person is reliable and dependable and wants to build, and they're wanting to, like, this Four of Pentacles is also the foundation being set for this Ten of Pentacles. And this Ten of Pentacles can only happen when things, the initial bricks are laid down for something bigger to unfold. So that may be what's happening right now, or the bricks are just being laid for something significant here and long-term and content and abundant and happy. And I feel people coming in around you and your person with a sense, like, there's a lot of wisdom I'm getting here as well around you and this person. So I don't know if you feel like you're a very wise person or this person's a very wise person, but I just get this sense of wisdom coming through, perhaps in the family dynamic that may exist between you or around one of you or both of you. Just support from other people who see the validity and truth in this dynamic, in this union. Okay, any more messages, Spirit? We'll get a couple more. 9 of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So Spirit's really telling me that right now your focus is truly to focus on yourself, on your own light, on your own connection with your sense of abundance, what you're building and growing, feeling as much joy and passion and creativity as you can on your own, and knowing that you being in your own magical energy is the very thing allowing this energy this union to come together in a powerful way. And if you're a more divine masculine watching this, it's like your divine feminine is radiating, is moving into a space where she or he or whoever is radiating their own home frequency, so that you can see that and sense that and feel safe moving towards it. But yeah, just for anyone watching, I just feel like it's important to rest in your own home frequency is really coming through strongly, and to trust the messages that you're getting from the divine and from your spirit guides as well. A lot of synchronicities coming through for you guys. Any final messages? Yeah, unspoken, not quite expressing things just yet with the Moon card here. There's still things under the surface. Even if things are telepathic, there's still maybe something not fully happening yet. There's some inner conflict, or just feeling a little bit maybe overwhelmed or something like that coming through for someone. 5 of Pentacles. There's fears. That's why there's past fears of like rejection or things not working out in the past, and so there's just maybe some hesitation with at this stage in the process that is being coming up to be cleared. And lack mentality for some of you might be experiencing financial issues. Your person might be experiencing financial issues, and just not really expressing that. But let's just get a couple more. I know I keep saying that. 5 of Swords. Yeah, so if you guys are experiencing uncertainty in any kind of way, it's just because there's stuff breaking down. There's some tough stuff breaking down for somebody here, maybe for both of you, okay? There's like fears and insecurities coming up, and there's just an overwhelming energy coming up, because this type of thing is overwhelming. So for as much love and as there is, it's also important to acknowledge the intensity of this process and how it highlights everything. It highlights the good, the love, the God, but it also highlights the demons, the shadows, the insecurities, the fears. And we have the Hermit card. So there might be inner work happening with you or with this person at this time, going within and like just trying to tune out the external noise and trying to bring it back home to the home frequency once again, and just listen to what's true within is coming through. So I feel like that's the message. Hopefully this is confirmation of something that you're experiencing, and just sort of shining a light on what's happening in the process so that you don't feel super, super confused. Obviously, there's an incredible outcome here. We have just the most divine energy, long-term stability and joy and happiness and prosperity coming through, but anything that is not on that frequency is just being cleared right now. So be patient and be well with yourself, and know that God has got your back, you've got your back, and your person ultimately has your back in spirit too, because they are an aspect of you. So Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm doing personal readings at the moment. There's information about that in the description box below, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye. Hi, Pal 3. So you guys chose this lapis lazuli stone. Nice and deep, rich blue. So yeah, as you see in the description or in the title of the video, we're going to be getting messages from Spirit, from the Divine, for your highest support, upliftment. We do cover potentially triggering shadow aspects, but all in the name of love and healing and upliftment, never with judgment. Spirit meets us where we are, wherever we are, and loves us regardless. And because that's who we are love, and we just need to see that, right? So yeah, let's just open up the channel for the guides, ancestors, angels to come through here for pile 3. Okay. Okay, so I saw a dice being rolled, which is like take a chance energy, right? And then I saw like either it was some sort of like nut, like a chestnut, walnut or something like some nut that was like opening up, being deshelled. It was either that or I was seeing like a tulip bulb like opening up and blossoming for the spring. Or summer. So there's a sense coming through for some of you watching that in the process of you opening back up or opening up in a new dimension, like becoming more vulnerable outwardly, or just opening yourself back up to the world in a new way after maybe a period of hermiting or healing, it's going to feel a little risky, and it's okay, because anything that we do that's new or moving us forward in a new direction is going to feel risky. That's just the nature of it. You know, we don't have all the information. We don't, you know, we can't calculate perfectly every step we take, every move we make. And so it might feel like a roll of the dice moving forward in that kind of way. But let me see, I'm seeing a horse now. So that's like a symbol for freedom for me, of like feeling like you can just ride free and move, like get that momentum going and enjoy it and feel connected to nature and life itself, and to that like instinctual primal presence within you that just wants to thrive and be with God and God's creatures and planet. So what else? Okay, music. I'm hearing music. So music is very important to many of you watching, and how you're connecting with your source through music, how you're connecting with yourself through music. So yeah, it's just a reminder for some of you to be mindful of, is your music connecting you with a you know, true part of yourself, or is the music reflecting sort of a false self? And I don't know, you know, I would think that people listen to the music that really reflects a genuine part of themselves. So that's an interesting message coming through. But I just feel that music is important to many of you. What else wants to come through here? I'm really getting that some of you know that it's time to like take a step, or you're being guided by your life circumstances or by certain cues around you through maybe something someone else says, or just a sense that you're getting that it's time to take a step. And it's kind of like the universe or the divine is this like conductor of an orchestra, and all you have to do is follow the cues, is really a message coming through. You know, just follow the cues, and it might be a little scary to do something new or take a step, but all you have to do is just follow through and do it, and then things will get easier and open up, and opening up will continue to get easier in a new way. Okay. So that's an initial channeled message coming through. I don't know what these cards are, by the way. Eight of Pentacles. So this is like working on yourself in the practical sense and how you're showing up in the practical world. You know, this can talk about putting yourself out there and putting in work as far as a job, some opportunity, or a craft that you are committed to, passionate about, and just the continuous work that you're putting in. Some of you are already doing this, and this is Spirit and your guides really acknowledging you and validating you for the work that you've done on yourself and are continuing to do, perhaps through taking a risk, taking a step in a new direction. That is part of this continuous work that you are and have been doing. So, but it feels like it's going out into the world. It feels like this is real world stuff with the Pentacles here. And you're expanding, you're growing, you're building, you're creating is what's happening right now. Just more in the practical sense. Okay. Oh, look, we have the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. That's nice. So some of you could be interfacing with an emotional connection of some sort, or desiring that, or calling that in, or working on that, or perhaps some of you, like, there's someone that you're connected to who's working on themselves, or you're working on this connection in some type of way. For some of you, there might actually be like a committed relationship that you're already in that you're working on, and it's just about continuing to show up in a practical yet meaningful way. So just take that as it applies to you specifically. But let's see, angels for pile 3. Angels for pile 3. I'm seeing Mickey Mouse, like the Mickey Mouse ears at Disney World or Disneyland. Interesting, the devil. This reminds me of, like, I was talking about Disney Fantasia and that like demonic thing. I forget its name. Okay. I kind of want to get more on this energy because we were picking up freedom with the horse before, and this is the opposite of that. This is like feeling bound and restricted, perhaps to a person or to a situation where you feel stuck and low, or maybe you have previously felt that way and you're becoming more able to come out of that. The Lovers. Oh my goodness. This is so interesting. Chariot at the bottom of the deck. Look, look. Shadow and light next to each other. Very interesting, guys. I just recently did a reading for someone about the shadow and the light aspect of a connection. We had the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck before. So for some of you, there actually may be some type of connection here, or connections, where there's this like yin yang of like darkness and light simultaneously. And it's kind of like, I'm getting this sense of like utilizing the shadow and the light both as fuel to drive this connection forward and build and develop. That's so fascinating. The energetic mechanics of this and how that shows up is so fascinating, because it is a nuanced thing. Looking at a connection, or looking at your life and seeing how the darkness is actually illuminating the light in a profound way that might actually feel backwards or twisted in some type of way. For some of you, this can talk about one particular connection that where it's like one of you might feel more like the light aspect here, and one of you might feel like the shadow aspect here within the connection, like sunshine and the darkness. And it's like there's this weird overlay where it's like, what is this? Is this the love that I've always dreamt of, or is this my darkest like pain and demise and like damnation kind of energy? That's for some of you. It's a very particular energy. For others of you, you may feel stuck in one situation and feel bound by the past and what has been, but you're feeling called to move forward into something that's actually beautiful and of God and of the light and of truth. You know, we're talking about polarity here. So if you feel like you're in one situation that has this type of polarity and you're moving in, and you're somehow being called and driven into this new situation that is the opposite experience, the inverse. But for others of you, you are experiencing something where it is sort of this overlay where it's like it's both, which is fascinating. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Two of Wands. So even though we have this movement forward energy, using the light and the shadow both to like fuel this the engine of your divine path, there might be this, excuse me, phase that you're in or experiencing of like assessment and taking a step back and looking at everything and like seeing things for what they are and like just trying to understand and like orient yourself in the right way and working on yourself while maybe still not knowing exactly the right direction, but feeling like there is some sort of momentum kicking into gear. 10 of Wands. So that's a heaviness, a burdensome energy that we carry perhaps in connection or that we're putting on ourselves or a connection that's weighing on us. But look, so interesting, the polarized energies that's coming through, the 10 of Wands and then the Ace of Cups. So there's something new emerging. There's some opening happening here in the energies, guys. And this is like divine, divinely guided and orchestrated and delivered. But with this bird coming down, it gives me the sense that something is being dropped from above you, meaning you're not seeing it moving towards you necessarily. Like you're going, somehow you're being set on your path and you're going on your way, you're moving about your life. And then something drops down in front of you from above. That it is like this heart-opening experience. I don't know, guys. This is so interesting. I kind of want to get more. And I will get more. Okay. Page of Swords. There could be some type of like online interaction. I mean, I know people talk about this as like the spying on social media card. But it can also be someone who's curious about you, but maybe coming from a little bit of an immature, undeveloped perspective or something. Let's get more. 3 of Swords. Something that's caused pain here. Heaviness and pain in this situation because someone's like not on your level necessarily. But then look. These are weird. Not weird. I'm not judging this. I'm just like fascinated. We have the 6 of Pentacles, which is like balance and equal give and take. So it's like, are we dealing this? I'm asking, and I know you can only answer in the comments if you feel comfortable, but are we looking at, it feels like we're looking at one pocket of rough energy, but then another pocket of positive energy, and whether that's both things existing within the same dynamic or two different connections here coming through. But we're definitely seeing something that is like causing a little bit of distress and the need to move forward. Once again, someone in the situation might be taking their time here, moving very slow in their progress, but it's like there still is the sense that they are moving forward. The 3 of Wands. Yeah, it's like this sense of waiting or something for this person or somebody. Waiting for something to happen and feeling it and sensing it and knowing it, but like, where is it? Like, it seems so far away kind of energy, and because they're taking so long, but like, well, I gotta stick it out because I want to see this through because there's just intense energies and it's been weighing on me, and it's like I've been carrying this for so long kind of energy. I want to get more. Angels. Pile 3, what wants to come through for support? Yeah, there's this mutual energy showing up here as confirmation again. Oh boy. And then we have the Queen of Swords, which is about boundaries and like seeing things for as best you can, and setting boundaries, and distancing yourself or detaching in some type of way and saying, no, I'm not dealing with BS, you know, that kind of thing. But still, with that Three of Wands that was showing up before and the Queen of Swords, it's like I feel like you guys can see something. I don't know. This is fascinating. Angels and guides, can you clarify this Devil energy? Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, waiting. Waiting. Long periods of time. Queen of Pentacles, just being present with yourself and your own life and your own well-being and own situation as something is moving and growing and developing. I'm getting this karmic sense, guys, that this is like there's a lesson here in here about like presence and about unburdening yourself from something that is in development but is taking its own time, but it is making you feel stuck in some way. So what's the guidance here with this Devil energy? What can you expand on this? I hope this is making sense to somebody. Sun with Justice. So again, there's that dark light dichotomy going on. It's so fascinating. And it's like these are positive cards around this Devil energy. So it almost makes me think that this Devil energy and this Lover's energy is very similar. Lover's energy, can you expand, angels, on this Lover's energy? Yeah, Five of Cups. I'm really getting, there's this like inverse, like the Devil has these positive energies here, and the Lovers is having this heavy energy here. I saw the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck just now, and that was showing me this in and out energy. Lovers. Expand on the Lovers, God. A pair. There's a match here with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Again, telling me that these are two parts of the same whole. And that there is love here, and that there is mutually reciprocal energies being exchanged. But this person is just slow moving, and this person has a lot of heaviness on their back. If we're talking about a relationship here, which it really feels like we are, and we have the Nine of Wands showing up at the bottom of the deck, which says just keep doing what you're doing, keep going. It's been a long journey, don't stop now. Because there is growth and progress happening, guys. There is growth and progress happening, whether you believe that or not. But I feel like some of you do intuit or sense that there's something here. But it's like, why is it taking so long? Why is it so slow? But then you're also picking up on this positivity within this Devil energy, and you're feeling, or this Lover's energy is experiencing heaviness and pain and disappointment and regret. But then there's this like dedication and like reliable energy and mutually reliable energy. Like we're always going to be here. This is so fascinating. You know, obviously I don't condone like toxic situations here, but there are such certain situations that go beyond the human ego and understanding and what we want. And so often pain is caused by what we want, and there's something greater happening here in the energy that's divine. Divine, and also highlighting shadow, but also highlighting the greatest joy that's possible, and the greatest healing, and the greatest light that you could imagine, and the greatest sense of presence, and like again, dedication in the spirit, and like, it's so interesting. Okay, show me more, angels. Yeah, there's like anxiety, fear, concern, worry, anger, feeling victimized by this situation. Why? Why is this happening? Why this situation? Why me is coming through. We have the Four of Swords, which is Spirit saying it's okay to let go of the burden, let go of the anxiety, and embrace presence and stillness. I find it interesting, guys, how this King and Queen of Pentacles, as I place them here, are facing two different directions. So it's like they're there for each other. They've got each other's backs in one way, but but you're not facing each other just yet because this person's still moving towards this sense of reciprocity and unburdening themselves. And so I think there's just a guidance coming through for you or whoever's watching to just allow things to be the way they are right now and to try not to worry too much. Perhaps some of you are used to the worry and it feels like a comfort. It feels like the worry or anxiety is a comforting presence because it shows you that there's still something here in some way. And if maybe some of you fear if you were to let go of this worry and anxiety that it would go away, or that the intensity would go away, or that, you know, I think some of you are afraid if you let go of the worries and overthinking and let yourself be still, that all of this will go away, and that some of you will feel like it will be affirmed that you're crazy and delusional, and that, you know, this is just a lie, one big game, and that you've been a fool the whole time. Some of you. But I just feel like on a deeper level, you do feel that there's just something like intertwining you and this person. But it's just this like process. But we're getting so many pentacles. So this is real. When all these pentacles show up in a relationship reading, that's spirit really telling me this is real. There's a grounds for something real. It's just taking time because of perhaps someone's mental health on one or both ends, the burdens that we carry, the toxicity that we're learning how to integrate or dissolve or release, the ways in which we're needing to heal our hearts and come back into our inner child-like sense of love, being good to our bodies, taking care of our bodies, respecting our bodies, being patient, moving into our divine feminine, if you are a divine feminine watching this, understanding what you are able to give birth to in your own life without this person, seeing your own divinity without this person, seeing that this person is an aspect of you, as crazy as that sounds. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. More grounded, anchored energy. This is real, guys. So if this reading is deeply, deeply resonating and you don't feel like you're like projecting this onto something, if this truly deeply resonates with your situation, 2222 on the timer, something is real and it's grounded and you're being validated here by spirit. And this Empress is just saying, yes, be present, know your worth, know who you are, know your greatness, know you're a divine channel for God and for creativity and for life itself. So don't discredit yourself just because this person isn't there in certain ways. But so much physical energy. So it's like physically, they've been in your life at some point and they will come back around. Knight of Swords. At this point, I'm just pulling to get more clarity. So this is like very sudden energy, guys. We have the World, which is an ending, a completion, resolution, and old cycles being wrapped up so that a new cycle can begin. And then we're getting this very fast moving energy. So I'm really getting the sense that at a certain point, you guys are in a process, this person's in a process, the situation is in a process, and at a certain point, everything's going to be wrapped up, and then suddenly, out of freaking nowhere, guys, everything changes. Everything changes. Like communication out of nowhere. Someone just drops back into your life out of nowhere. And what was I saying? Wait, did I see that Ace of Cups? Was that in this reading? They all kind of blur together, to be honest, but that Ace of Cups, guys, I think I was seeing that Ace of Cups in this reading. I could be crazy. Yeah, it was this reading. I told you, you're not seeing something. Was that this reading? And that Ace of Cups, was that reading too? Whatever, I'm just going to say this anyway. In one of the readings, whether it was this one or the last one, the Ace of Cup with the bird over it, dropping it down from above, where you're not seeing, yeah, that was this reading, where you're not seeing it coming necessarily. You're sensing it there, but you're not going to see it when it just lands in front of you. It's like boom diggity kind of energy. All right, guys, this is intense, and I'm sure I don't even have to tell you because you're living it, right? But yes, full circle energy is coming into the picture. Are you freaking kidding me? What was I just talking about? The bird dropping the Ace of Cups. Oh, this is confirmation, guys. It's going to come out of the blue. It's going to come out of the blue when you're not expecting it, when you're not even prepared for it, because you're just cultivating your own garden of your own life and divinity. That's crazy, guys. And it's going to be like, holy shit, you know? Wait, was this? Yes, I was seeing horses at the beginning. Racing in. Wow. Wow. Wild how this works, guys. But right now there's just that unknown factor where you're intuiting but not knowing and seeing 100% for sure. Whew, okay, any more messages for this pile? Pile 3, Angels, God. 2 of Pentacles. You may be juggling different things in your life at this moment. Taking care of business in different ways. So many Pentacles once again. Doing different things financially speaking. Learning, you know, moving away from conflict within yourself, outside of you. Just really valuing your peace and healing journey and your heart. You know, honoring your heart, balance. Pile 3, death, transformation. Yeah, you're just going through a process with the world once again. Completion, transformation, endings and beginnings. Becoming something new that you were not previously. Giving birth to a new version of yourself that is more embodied, that is more true and comfortable in your own skin. And it feels like that is the focus, and that is part of the lesson of this relationship, is feeling something there, but still turning back to yourself and knowing your own value and worth, you know, despite any distance or despite any anything like that. Separation, confusion, pain, fears, doubts, feelings of defeat and stuff like that. Yeah, not seeing. I think we're just sort of getting what we already know at this point. Yeah, guys, just keep shining your light. Be the beacon that you are of creativity, of passion and excitement and joy and love and, yeah, creation. Truly, very creative energy coming through you guys. And that love will come to you. This is really saying, just to tie this all up, that love will come to you out of nowhere as you're just doing your thing. And you're not meant to see, guys. You're not meant to see. The Moon card, the 2 of Swords. And I think for some of you, because you can't see it, it's making you feel these feelings of like, you know, this is all a joke. This is not real. This is not me. This is not for me. But it's like you don't see what's coming. And I just want to highlight these again. This interesting pairing. Relationships can be complex. Love is simple, but all of the programming and conditioning that, you know, feeds our shadow can make the process more challenging and complex and difficult. The ways in which we don't trust ourselves, the way in which we're conditioned not to trust God and the universe in the process, the way in which we don't trust other people, the way in which we have perpetuated pain in our own lives. Yeah. Well, anyway, I hope something in this reading like validated something for you, confirmed something for you that you were already sensing. I really feel like with this pile, you guys are already well aware of whatever dynamic this is, and you know, you just might need that acknowledgement from Spirit and the angels, because that's what's coming through here is Spirit and the angels and truth. And I'm just the translator of the energies. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here and taking the time and sticking with me here. And if you're interested in personal readings, I'm doing those. I have information in the description box below, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.